Hi guys, right, my name's Richard Beatty from Killer Bee Tattoo Machines, and I just wanted to do a little video to speak to you about my sponsor, which is Sick Carts. Now, I've never took on a sponsorship before, and I want to explain why I did and how it happened. A friend contacted me and asked me to try out Sick Carts cartridges. They sent me some cartridges, I had a look at them, and I've got to admit here that like I was wrong. I looked at the cartridges and I thought, do you know what, they're just the same as any other cartridge made in China and you know cheaply produced and low quality. But I literally just looked at them in the packet. I thought, nah, they're just the same as all the other ones. At the time there was a lot of bad cartridges flying about. Totally dismissed it. A few months later I get a call. Have you had a look at the cartridges? I said, yeah, I don't like them. Have you had a proper look? Have you used them? I said, no, I didn't use them. I just looked at them and I didn't like them. So they said, look, please, will you have a look at the cartridges again, but use them. So they sent us some more cartridges, and I didn't use them, but I did pull them out of the box, and so I had a much better look at them, and I took the cartridge to bits. And this was a good sign. It had a diaphragm. At the time, a lot of the cartridges didn't have a diaphragm. So obviously the diaphragm stops the ink getting back up into the machine. So they had a full diaphragm, so that was a good sign. And then when I put the cartridge back together and did this, I noticed that the needle was actually going like that. And I thought, what's going on there? Now I realised what it was when these cartridges have been made, the tip is in line with the push rod, but the needle is soldered onto the side of the push rod, not straight onto the end. So what it was causing was the needle to be pressing down on the back of the tube, and as the needle pushes forward, it was causing it to go in an upward motion. So I looked at it and I thought, God, like that's a bit weird. And again, dismissed it. I didn't use the cartridge because of that. I thought that's not right. The needle's not running perfectly true. A few months later, gets another phone call. It's my friend from Sick Carts, and he says, have you tried those cartridges yet? And I says, no, I took it to bits and I had a look at it, and there was just some things that I didn't like about it. And so again, I dismissed it. He says, look, please, will you just use the cartridges? Give them a go, give them a proper try. So I says, right, okay, you'll have to send us some more because I don't know where the box is. So he again sent me some more cartridges. So they're being quite persistent. And this time I just got them out of the box and I tried them. And this is where I realised that I was wrong. The fact that the needle is off centre and pushing against the back of the tube, I prejudged that. I prejudged them at the start just with the look at them through the packet, and then I prejudged them again because of this movement on the needle. But as soon as I ran them up in the machine and tattooed with them, I thought, wow, these are smooth, like running really, really smooth. And as I was tattooing with them, they're super tight, super accurate, no rattle on the needle at all. And I was like, flipping heck, these are actually really good. Then I realised what was going on. Now I don't know whether this was a design mistake or whether it was intentional, but either way, by putting the needle on the back side of the bar and it being slightly off centre to the tube tip, means that the needle is essentially stabilised on the back edge of the tube. It has an effect like the old school elastic bands, like when we put an elastic band on the needle to hold it to the back of the tube so that the needle didn't rattle. This is doing that. Now I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional and it was just a side effect of what I would call a design flaw really, but it actually plays in its advantage, because what it does is it steadies the needle and stops it rattling. Often you've got a needle in the tube and it's able to rattle about inside the tube. It's sitting in the middle of the tube, so it's got this space that it can rattle about within. because this is pushed to the back of the tube, it stays to the back of the tube, and there's no rattle. They are so smooth. So, and I also found that the action of it coming out like this just wasn't a problem at all. I thought it would be a problem, but it's not. I thought it might pluck at the skin, but it doesn't. Although it's coming out at a slight angle to the tip, it's still moving forward. Yeah, I was really surprised. And at that point, I agreed to take the sponsorship, and that's why I took the sponsorship with Sick Carts, and that's why I use them. I've used other brands of needles for many years now, and I didn't think that I'd actually like change, because I was happy with them. But like I say, when I ran these and I felt how smooth they were, they're quieter, there's less vibration from them, and they're super smooth. And yeah, so I really enjoy using these needles. They're a very tight grouping. You'll find that the 3-liners are more like a single liner than a 3-liner, and right the way, so that they're all a little bit smaller than your average needle setup. So everything's nice and tight and neat. The magnums are the same, lovely to use, very little rattle on them, and they're just super smooth. So that's why I took the sponsorship on. It wasn't straightforward. It wasn't just a case of they were offering us free shit, and I was like, yeah, let's take the free shit. I wasn't interested at the start, but when I seen how good they were, I decided, right, okay, let's go for it. So that's why I took on the sponsorship from Sick Carts, and I'm really enjoying working with them. It's a fantastic product. So if you want to give it a go, contact the guys at Sick Carts, and they'll get you hooked up. These are really good needles. Thanks for watching.